So Tommy is a very special case as well, and a great player and a great person. A lot of his family's heritage, of course, he's half Korean. His mother is Korean, and he has learned one of the first people that helped his family fall in love with baseball was the Korean side of his family through his mother. His mother grew up in Los Angeles listening to Dodgers games, and of course was there and understood and followed the team when Chan-Ho Park was playing there. So we know the Dodgers are such a powerful team because of all the different countries they've represented: Japan, Mexico, Korea. And so for them, it's interesting to think back on how Tommy became Tommy's family got involved in baseball, and a lot of it was through his mother, who's Korean. And so this is a way for Tommy to honor his mom's heritage and respect her tradition and play in this tournament. So I think he's going to make a big impact. I know we'll also, as we're speaking here, talk about Ha-Seong Kim. I think it's entirely possible that the middle of the diamond, the double play combination, will be Tommy Edman and Ha-Seong Kim, two major league players. Now, Ha-Seong Kim grew up in the Korean baseball system and played there for a number of years before coming over to Major League Baseball, whereas Tommy grew up entirely in the United States, but is very proud of his Korean heritage and certainly has understood, will celebrate. He told me about celebrating holidays in a Korean cultural manner in California. Of course, there's a very large Korean population in Southern California. So Tommy's a great ambassador for the game, and I think he will really bring a lot of value to Team Korea, a team that, as you know, made it to the finals in 2009, but has struggled to recapture that same level since then. So Korea needs to have a big showing after only winning one game in the last Classic. Jung-Hoo Lee, a very, very special player in the history of Korean baseball. He is someone whose father is one of the all-time greats in the history of Korean baseball. His father has been a legend that was part of the Korean baseball family for a long time. And you see what he has done, Jung-Hoo Lee, his son, with the Kiwoom Heroes, career high in home runs and RBI. He has become more of a power hitter, and of course with more walks than strikeouts. And I would say to you, Masa, it's very interesting. He was, if you scroll up on his biography, he was actually born while his father was playing in Japan. So his father was playing in Japan when he was born. And so as a result, Jung-Hoo Lee has great respect for Japanese baseball too. And actually he wears a very special number, 51, because of Ichiro. So he is a star player who has played in the outfield and really patterns his game after Ichiro. And so Jung-Hoo Lee really has great respect for the Japanese style of play in addition to Korea. And now they will have Xander Bogaerts playing shortstop for them, or potentially could play third base, but they have so many great infielders for the Dutch team. I think I would watch carefully. Andrelton Simmons, still as a veteran, will likely play. Jonathan Scope will likely play. For the Dutch, it always comes down to their pitching. And Jair Jurgens, who has been part of the World Baseball Classic before, he will pitch. Chiron Martis, who was part of the first Classic as a young player, is back yet again. So Chiron Martis, Jair Jurgens. They've got Kenley Jansen in the bullpen, in the lineup, someone who Japanese fans know well. Vladimir Valentin, he'll be on the team as well. Everybody who was born in Cuba is eligible to play for Cuba, but not all of them were invited because the Federation has different relationships with different people because of the Cuban government and the manner in which the players left the country. In some cases, they were allowed to leave legally, such as Yoan Moncada. In other cases, they left the team during a tournament, which the Cuban government frowns upon and does not like. And so there were some differences based on who was eligible to play and who was actually invited. And not everybody would have said yes if they were invited. So there was a lot of conversation quietly about who would say yes, who would actually go. In the end, there were 33 Cuban-born players in the major leagues last year, and only 2 of them were on 40-man rosters and actually agreed to attend this tournament and play for Cuba, that being Yoan Moncada and Luis Robert. Sal Frelick is a very good prospect with the Milwaukee Brewers organization, so we should watch him. I think he could make the major leagues this year. The Fletcher brothers, you know, David already plays in the major leagues, and Dominic is a very good prospect. I think behind the plate with Stassi not playing, we could see Alberto Mineo doing the catching. To your point, Vinny Pasquantino has already reached the major leagues with the Kansas City Royals. Nicky Lopez is a very good infielder. So to me, the question is always about the pitching and how many of the veteran pitchers they can trust to start a big game.